morning and welcome to our first regular press conference. Today I've asked Lieutenant Governor Kim Reynolds to lead the Rebuild Iowa office. As you know, this office is scheduled to sunset at the end of this fiscal year, and she will be tasked with reviewing all of our options with regard to the office. Lieutenant Governor Reynolds will also review the status and progress of the projects associated with the Rebuild Iowa office, and she will come to me with recommendations on closing down the office as is scheduled to be done on the 30th of June. And also I guess I would say this is a transition period. Many of the duties will go to the Office of Homeland Security Emergency Management, which General Derek Hill is now in charge of. We intend to work very closely with him. I have full faith and confidence that Lieutenant Governor Reynolds will provide a thoughtful and thorough review of this office and put us on the path to successfully assist the flood victims. We've been concerned that things have not been done as timely as could be. We hope to review how we can make sure that we have better control and that the victims of floods and other disasters will have a clear understanding of just exactly where they need to go to get assistance, and the decision-making process can be simplified. So with that, I want to turn it over to Lieutenant Governor Kim Reynolds.
Thank you, Governor. I appreciate the confidence that you've placed in me to oversee the transition of the Rebuild Iowa office. House File 64 established Rebuild Iowa as a temporary agency, and part of that bill also had the official sunset as June 30th, 2011. In addition to that, as part of the Rebuild Iowa office was to deliver to the governor and to the legislature a transition plan, which has been delivered. Have started to do the review of that plan, and so we will continue. There's been a lot of time and effort put in the review process by the Rebuild Iowa office and the advisory council. So I look forward to working with not only the office, Emily and Tim, but also General Hill in evaluating the recommendations that have been made, doing the background on that, the research, and then a very thoughtful process in transitioning that out. Three objectives that we want to make sure that we cover, and that is, of course, continuity of the 2008 recovery plan, and to make sure that we are better prepared for future disasters. In addition to that, integrating local and state planning to make sure that there's not duplication, that we're working together to meet the needs of future disasters, and also better coordinating floodplain and watershed management. And it is laid out. There's an executive summary in addition to a more detailed transition plan in the back. So I look forward to working, again, with General Hill and with the staff on a very timely and thoughtful transition process.
Okay, we'll be glad to respond to questions you all might have.
Just in that regard, it's a given that RIO will close.
Yes, it is a given.
There's something in
It is, even it was sunset in the legislation, and we intend to follow through and see that happens. But we want the services to be delivered, and we want it to be done in the most timely way possible.
Governor, when you said that you want better control, it should be clearer for victims where to go for help. Are you talking about in the future disasters?
Yes, that's what we're talking about. Okay. We're just saying, you know, we heard a lot of concerns as we traveled around eastern Iowa in particular, from the fact that the flood occurred in 2008, and here we are now in 2011, and there are still victims that haven't received the assistance. And there's been a lot of things bounced back and forth between different federal agencies and state agencies and things like that. We think there needs to be a very clear focal point so that people know where they can go to get answers, and that decisions can be made in a more timely basis in the future.
I might have misread this, but I think there's something in the Republicans' budget cutting bill to close the office right now and save that 6 months of operation. Is that on the agenda at all?
Well, I mean, that is what's on their agenda, but we have a copy of the budget, and that's part of the process of reviewing what needs to happen. So I will be overseeing that. I won't be the director of the office that will be overseeing the transition transition process. So we'll sit down with the staff, that's part of the review, to see where they're at with the budget, what needs to be eliminated, what has not been appropriated or used, so there could be maybe some available dollars that could be utilized in other manners.
The director has already resigned and we are not filling that position. So you need to know, we're already looking at different ways that we can reduce the cost, and certainly not filling that position is one of them.